Hello, folks. I was just making videos and I wanted to talk about lending. Uh, I was creating this video already before this. This is the second time I'm creating. But first time I started talking too much about something else, like lending ID cards and all. That's a different video. I want to talk about lending in general, like lending something that's very important to you. For example, say lending, say your ID card. That's a separate video. You can go check it out. Or something like say even lending money, right? Let's say you lend money to some friend or family, relative, and all that. You have to be really careful. It's also a financial thing. You can look at it from a financial perspective. But I'll talk about lending in general, like lending something important to you and lending something, say that that is quite important to you and you can't afford to lose it or get it be damaged and whatnot. So this is specifically about things only, like something like ID card or money or whatever. Of course, money is a very big thing, important thing for many people. They work a lot, they work very hard to actually earn their money, and you need to understand what do you mean when you say you are going to lend money, or what do you mean when you're going to lend something that's very important to you. Let's say some sort of souvenir, some bag, some pot, or whatever it is, right? That once lost, you cannot really replace it, though you can buy that thing and whatnot again. But for you, it carries some value, and for some reason, you can't afford to lose it, or if you lose it, you will have to actually bear the consequences. For example, if it's an ID card, you'll have to bear the consequences and apply for a new ID card or whatever. If you are in a company and you are just, or like some school or college, whatever, you have to apply it. Like, if you lend your ID card to someone and if they lose it, you can't blame others, like them. Really, ideally, I would just blame. Let's say I lend my ID card to someone, I'll just blame myself. I'll be like, why the hell did I even lend it if I can't afford to lose it, and I'll bear the consequences if it's lost, right? So if you're going to lend something, be ready to lose it first thing. Yes, if you're going to lend something, be ready to lose it. So let's say if you're going to lend money, be ready to lose the money and be okay with losing the money. So if you're going to lend something, be okay with that thing gone. So it'll be gone. That's all. Remember that if you're lending something, it's as good as be gone, right? I know it's as good as gone like from your hands. It's as good as you don't have it if you lend something, because I know that's the worst case scenario, but especially for important things, think of it like this. If you lend something, it's gone. It's not in your hands. It won't come back to you, right? And it's gone forever. Think of it like that for important things. For example, say money. Let's say my friend asks me for money. Let's assume I have money. I usually don't have money to lend, but let's assume I have money. Do I lend it to him? Well, no, because for me, in my case, for example, generally I don't have money to lend. If I have money to lend now, then it means, like, I generally don't have money to lend, then it means money is important to me, and because I don't have it to just lend and all. But if I have money now to lend, well, I can't lend it because money is important to me, and I can't just lend it because I can't be in a situation where I don't have that money at all and I won't get it forever. I won't get it back at all forever. Now, why do I say this? For example, let's say like, let's say I lend it to my friend and he lost the money somehow, or he got into some scam that where the scamster got the money and he's not able to pay me back, or multiple reasons, multiple things can happen. He got robbed, or some situation happened and he's not able to give back the money, anything, right? And he's not able to give it back. I can't really tell him that, no, hey, like, I can't really blame him, like, not just because he's my friend or whatever. Like, in general, it doesn't make sense for me to blame him, saying, hey, I gave you the money, I trusted you, right? You didn't give me back the money. No, that's stupid. That's like, You could have controlled it. You could have just ensured that you don't give him the money and whatnot, or give the person the money, right? So if I give the money, I'll be like, what the hell were you thinking, Karpya? If you lend something that's important to you, be ready for it to be gone. Be ready for it to be just for it to just vanish and become thin air and nothing and gone forever, right? Lost forever, or whatever you want to call it. So what were you doing, Karpya? Why did you lend the money if it's really important to you? So this is assuming that you don't have some sort of like security and all that. So if you're some high shot and whatnot, big shot and whatnot, and like you have security. For example, say you have written some contract and all with someone to whom you're going to lend and whatnot, and you have some way to actually enforce that they give it back to you, maybe better, but you still have to like deal with it. Like for example, if you have some contract, then you'll have to go to court and all. Let's say it's assuming it's money, for example, and or something like, for example, you are a bank, then when you're lending money is sensible for banks because they have, say, insurance in general when they lose money and whatnot, and they will have, I think, I'm assuming, and they will have security. For example, if the person who is getting the money, they'll actually say that, hey, if I don't pay back the money, you can actually confiscate my car or my home for which I got the loan, my home loan, confiscate my home, car loan, confiscate my car, personal loan, like I don't know what kind of security they give and all that. But banks are actually built to actually give out loans. But if you as an individual and all give out loan, you have to be really careful. Like you can't really go ahead and like force someone to give money back to you once you lend it to them, or anything for that matter, like generally, unless you're trying to think like a villain and like think like, okay, I'll actually set up some gangsters to scare them, threaten them and whatnot, intimidate them and like get the money back or get whatever that thing is back. So again, it's very possible that that thing is gone, it's lost or whatever, right? So when you lend something and you don't really have security or some way to say that it will surely come back to me, and in most cases I think it will just be like it won't come back to you. You lend something, assume, or no, not assume, be sure that it's gone. And if it's something really important to you, just don't lend it because it will be gone for sure. Just think of it like that. Especially for important things. Unimportant things, be like, okay, it's fine if it's gone, but if you're not fine if it's gone, well, maybe it's important, or maybe you're just not fine if it's gone, so then just don't lend it. Be more sensible and be more responsible and try not to lend, right? So this also kind of connects with like lending money, which is a big financial decision according to me. Like, and depending on how much money you're lending, of course, if you're lending less money, probably whatever you tag as less or very small amount and all, depending on how you tag that. Because I just said money, lend money, which is a generic statement, and you can even lend, for example, in India the currency is rupee, and if you lend say 1 rupee, that's like totally different from lending say 1 lakh, 10 lakhs and all that. So of course there is context involved, so understand that. And for example, I kind of think I know people who will not even be okay with like if I get say 5 rupees from someone, if I don't give it back, I think they won't be okay with it. I know people like that also. So if something is going to actually affect you and you are not going to be okay with it, like say something like lending, and you're going to lend it, assume it's gone. No, sorry, be sure it's gone, especially in cases where you are not okay with it. It's gone, and especially if it's an important thing that you're lending, like money or some important thing that you have, some artifact, whatever. Cool, that's all I had to talk about lending in this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.